This game has some very serious issues, but there's one that I've been noticing in the last couple of days that it has to be taken care of immediately, or I don't think this game is going to last very much longer, to be honest with you. YouTube, what's going on, man? It's Father Dark, and by the time that you all will be hearing this, it'll probably be Sunday, and I'll more than likely be sitting on a beach, something cold in my hand, digging my feet in the sand, and having a great time with my family. And I hope that you all will have had a great weekend and that you're ready to start your week out and have a great one of those as well. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So last week, actually not last week, it's been a while now, for I'd say the last probably 2 months, people have been wanting me to try different variations of playing the game to kind of see what it's like for different people. The first thing was people wanted me to play on console and see what that would be like. People wanted to know if console lobbies were just as hard as PC lobbies, if there was any differences between metas, what rank was like, all types of stuff, right? So I did that, and against my better judgment, I went ahead and I took people's suggestions to make an alt account and see what that was like in regards to EOMM and just the game itself, and if there was any difference, if it was better or worse, what the case was. Now, I'll be honest with you. From what a lot of people said going into it, I assumed that making an alt account would be easier simply because people keep saying that EOMM in the way that it works. And another thing too that I want to touch on is that a lot of people keep saying that it's MMR instead of EOMM. To be honest with you, I don't really care what we're going to call it and what it is. It's just a word that describes what we're all dealing with in the game, what we all have dealt with at some point in time. So just for the sake of argument, we're just going to call it EOMM, right? But you can call it whatever you want to personally. Just know that we're more than likely talking about the overall experience. So like I was saying though, I made this alt account and I went into it thinking that it was going to be a little bit easier, honestly, because most people have told me that when they make alt accounts, they usually go higher on their alt account than they are on their main account. And like I said, a lot of people say that that's because the algorithm hasn't had time to really determine what your skill level is overall, or if you're actually going to your churn rate, I guess is what a lot of people call it. If you're going to basically rage quit matches, or if you're going to get off after a couple of games, they've trained the algorithm, whatever the case is, right? So this is what happened. So basically, when I made my alt account, I actually did it live on stream. I think I only played like 2 matches, which those were perfectly fine. Those were kind of normal. And then as soon as I started the stream up, and the stream should still be up as a VOD on the channel, it should be the last stream that I had, people were watching and they saw this, right? Pretty much every game that I got into damn near was filled with Smurfs. And I know a lot of people, somebody had brought an interesting point up to me. I believe it was a friend of mine, Giselle. She had brought up an interesting point. She had said, well, a lot of people think that there's a lot of Smurfs, but what if the community is just getting better? And the thing is that I don't doubt that the community is slowly getting better. Are there some players who with any game just kind of load in and they continuously play it and they never really increase or decrease in skill level? I'm sure there's pretty much exceptions and rules for everything in regards to different people. But I'm also sure there are a lot of people that over time have gotten better. I'm one of those players. When I first started this journey into Marvel Rivals and the hero shooters, I had not really played hero shooters prior. I had played a little bit of Overwatch, but only with friends and family when they pretty much begged me to. It was not something that I enjoyed playing. I've always been much more of a FPS kind of guy, or even when I did play third-person shooters, they definitely weren't hero shooters. I'd say the most of anything that I've had experience with in regards to something that you could say is a hero shooter has been Apex Legends. That's kind of how I started to understand how you have heroes and different abilities and stuff like that. But even in a game like Apex, if you're good enough at the game, you can kind of carry more so than you can, in my opinion, in just a straight up team-based shooter. At least like once until you get up to like certain extremely high ranks and stuff like that. So the point I'm making is that since I've continued to play, I have had absolutely one of the most just abysmal experiences that I've ever had doing anything playing on this alt account, because 9 out of 10 times any match that I get into is not only Smurfs, they are full stacking Smurfs. And a lot of people might say, well, how do you know that they're Smurfs? Brother, half these people are telling you in the chat that they're like a celestial player who's just on their altar, their Smurf. And I'm sure what's happening is that a lot of these people, they want the dopamine from winning. They want to just steamroll through a team with zero kickback whatsoever. So they say, hey, let's make these Smurf accounts. It'll be really funny. We're going to go in here. We're going to have a good time. It's hilarious or whatever. Or, you have the websites that are selling alt accounts. So a lot of them are having to level up these alt accounts. There's numerous different reasons why people do it. People are doing it to avoid EOMM. They're saying, oh, I had 2 bad games on my main account. So now I'm going to switch over to my alt account and we'll just rock out with that. And maybe they got 3 or 4. I know people who literally have 6, 7 alt accounts, not like know them like we're cool or anything, but I know plenty of other players through my Discord, subscribers, whatever the case is, who tell me, oh, I have numerous different accounts and, I use these to help out friends in lower ranks or whatever the case is. So this is something that I know for a fact people are doing, but I did not realize to the extent and the degree that people were actually doing it. And a lot of these people, I feel like in these ranks that are doing it now, they're just doing this for fun. This is just fun for them to just plow through the enemy team knowing that these people have no idea what they're doing. And what's funny about it is that I can probably count on one hand how many times I've seen other people, because when you're a higher rank than the rank that you're in right now, I think I'm like right there, like silver 1. And the game just keeps giving me teammates that actually belong in silver. Actually, some of these people don't even belong in silver. I think they belong in bronze. They have absolutely no idea what they're doing, are afraid to leave the spawn, have zero confidence, just nothing. And there's just nothing that you can do to carry all on your own when you're going against a team of people who are either really in like my actual rank or higher than my actual rank. And it is a full team of these people. There is no one on their team. If there was, I'd be able to sniff them out, at least be able to eliminate them. There's no one on the enemy team. Like there's basically no weak points. These people are full stacking as Smurfs. And the thing is that I could just not do this and get off the Smurf account or the alt account, and because I feel like there's a difference when it's alting and Smurfing. But I could just get off of this alt account because I'm simply doing this for a video. I know there's a lot of people who might be listening to this and they're going, well, you're also making alt account. I have said numerous times in videos that I would never make an alt account to actually play on it for myself. This account was a throwaway account. This was simply to make a video to tell you all what the experience was like and to kind of add that into the data that goes into the research for EOMM and how different things affect it and stuff like that. But like I said, for some people, this is actually fun for them, right? And for the people that are genuinely in those ranks, they're not getting a true ranked experience. They're being put up against ranks that are 2, 3, 4 times higher than their own. And they're just thinking to themselves probably like, oh, this is just what ranked is. I have lost count of how many people have rage quit in matches. I have people just today before I recorded this video, the last 3 games that I played, someone left before even the first minute of the round started. And I had to just turn the game off because, like, what is the point of that? I can't even start the match because people are leaving before it even officially starts. The countdown timer, when you're running to the point, people have already left. You got people that are leaving because they're getting diffed on characters and stuff. You got people that are, oh, I want to try Black Panther because I see my favorite content creator using them and I want to learn them. Oh, I'm getting absolutely dumpstered and people can't heal me even though I'm nowhere near them and all this other stuff. I'm just going to leave the match. People leaving because they only want to play one character and the character they're playing is terrible and they're terrible at that character and does not fit the comp at all. What do? They just stand and spawn and just sit there doing emotes and stuff. So not only do you have the Smurfs and stuff, you also have your own teammates that are just in those ranks for some reason, just throwing like, and I don't understand. And I'll be honest with you, this feels like it's only a PC problem. Now, can people make alt accounts on PlayStation and Xbox and stuff? Of course they can. Once again, there are people in my server that do the same exact thing. They're on PlayStation, they're on Xbox, and they got 6 or 7 different accounts. It can be done. But at the same time, though, on PC, there seems to be some serious issues going on with people. And this community is just, I don't understand. I've never seen a game be on such a spiraling like trajectory at such a high speed, and it's because of the community. Yes, can the developers do certain things and fix certain things? Yes, but the people that load into this game every single day with the intention to troll, to just sit there, and when I say troll, it can be the enemy team making the alts and the Smurfs and just trying to plow through people and doing that until they get to a rank where they can't actually go any higher and they want to win more, but they can't. Whatever the reasoning is for it. If it's your own teammates that are sitting there in spawn, twirling their fingers and stuff because maybe they've had 5 or 6 losses in a row and they're just like, you know what? I want everybody else to suffer just like how I've suffered. And I don't know exactly what the fix for it is. People can be reported. That's an option. When you look at like the report option, there's one that says throwing, or I'm sorry, not throwing, but smurfing. Does anything actually come of it? Is there any? I mean, because really at the end of the day, what does that just do for netties? It just makes them seem like they have more players and stuff. If every other person's making 6 or 7 accounts, how does that really hurt them? So are they really motivated to stop it? And like I said, the thing is I can go back and get on my main account and have a great time. I'll be paired up with other people that play at least somewhat similar to how I play. Yeah, you're going to deal with the occasional throwers and every now and again EOMM takes effect and you just kind of get steamrolled by a team, whereas your team just does not work together. They're known to rage quit and do all these different things. But the frequency that it happens at is microscopic in comparison to the rate that it's happening on this alt account. And the thing is that what's weird about it is I feel like this is only a thing that's happening because it's the end of the season. Now, I could be wrong, but what's weird about it is that I don't ever have these issues on my main account. I have never been hard stuck in bronze or silver or gold or anything before. So why that's happening now, I have absolutely no idea. Outside of me assuming that it's because it's the end of the season, so people are just bored and maybe they're just kind of doing whatever, kind of similar to how like when it's the last couple of days of school and your teachers just say, you know, whatever, I'm going to throw a movie on and make you watch Shrek for the 40 millionth time or whatever movie they make kids watch at school nowadays. That's the only thing I can think of. So people are just bored and they're just waiting for the new season or the rank reset or whatever the case is. And they're not wanting to just sit here and keep going against people that are actually on their skill level. I don't know. I really don't know. And like I said, I don't know what the solution is to it. I don't know exactly what you can do. If you guys have a solution or you can think of anything, let me know in the comments what your thoughts and opinions are on that. But like I said, this has been probably one of the just worst times that I've ever had doing anything. And I don't ever honestly want to do that again. I would rather deal with whatever it is that I have to deal with on my main account. I will never touch another alt account again. I will never make another one. I'm not doing any more of these. And the thing is that, like I said, if you're curious or you're wondering, just try yourself. Just make one and tell me around this time. Don't wait until after the season resets and all the people that are probably using alts and smurfs are climbing back up again to the normal rank on their main account. Because the thing is like if I was going to do this again, that would be the only time. I'd wait till the season starts and maybe I'd switch off like throughout the day or something just to see if there was a difference to make sure that I'm not going crazy. Because there's just no way. The people that I'm going against, they are not bronze and silver players. That is just a fact. You're talking about Hellas that don't miss a single shot, have perfect positioning, everything. Captain Americas that completely and fully understand how the game works and how to never, ever die, ever. That is not what happens in bronze and silver. When I played on console, I was able to carry as cloak and dagger. As cloak and dagger because no one wanted to heal. I don't know what it is with console with no one wanting to heal, but no one wanted to heal. I was able to carry pretty much every single match up until like middle of plat with absolutely zero issues. When the rank reset happens, I have absolutely zero problem getting up to like gold 1. And then once you start getting up to plat, that's where you kind of like need your teammates to really help out and actually like play their parts in their positioning and stuff. And this is on PC I'm talking about. But this experience, I've never seen no shit like this before. I'm just being honest with you. I ain't never seen nothing like this. This is insane. And like I said, if it's not the enemy team just completely working together, you can tell that they're all stacked up together. They're working together. There's stuff that they will only know if they're giving callouts, and these people are goated. And I recognize it because this is the same gameplay that I see in Platinum and Diamond. And from players that are like when we play custom matches in the Discord server, people that are way higher, GM, Celestials and stuff like that on PC. This is the same identical gameplay that I'm seeing. The same type of aim. But meanwhile, my teammates have absolutely no idea what they're doing, like you would expect from bronze, silver, and gold players. I can't even put that on gold players, really. Let's just say bronze and silver players. And this isn't to put anybody down. It's just what it is. No differently than if a Celestial, Eternity, or something like that player, top 500, looks at my gameplay, they're going to be like, oh man, that's like middle of the barrel right there. He could be doing this. He could be doing that. Yada, 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 yada. Whatever. It's the same thing. So it's no different than like when I look at that gameplay and I go, wow, my teammates have absolutely no idea what to do. They're never around each other. Healers have no idea how to defend themselves. No one pings anything. No one calls anything out. Nothing. And once again, I know people will sit here and they'll say, oh, well, you know, why do you think that you can make an alt account but other people can't? Like I said, once I'm done with this video, you won't ever catch me on it again. Maybe a couple of matches at the beginning of the season to see if I see the same exact trends and patterns and stuff. And then once again, you'll never see me on it again. Since this game has came out, I've had one account. Just made this alt, like last week or something? Just made it. And this has been something that people have asked me to do for a very long time. But the people that do this just to do it, I really worry about you. Your mental health. Like why you're so miserable that's what you view as a fun time. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. You know, but let me know in the comments what you all think. Have you all had to deal with that? If we have any people that are in bronze and silver that are actually in bronze and silver, like on their main accounts, tell me your thoughts. Is this something that you've noticed? Did you just think that you were crazy and that maybe everyone else was better, or whatever the case is? Let me know. But like I said, I got to get back to doing what I'm doing. I do appreciate you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Father Dark, I'm out.